TSA isn't hunting criminals, it's hunting mistakes. And every day, millions of travelers walk straight into them without realizing it. You step into the line feeling prepared, and suddenly everything slows down. Your bag gets pulled aside. An agent starts opening pockets you forgot you even had. Items you paid for get taken. Time disappears, stress spikes. And the worst part? You didn't do anything illegal. You just broke a rule you didn't know existed. This happens far more often than people think. Every year, millions of passengers are delayed at airport security for simple, preventable errors. Not because of dangerous items, not because of serious threats, but because of everyday things like how a bag is packed, what someone wore, or where a battery was placed. Airport security isn't random. It's a system designed to spot patterns, and when you don't fit the pattern, you get stopped. Today, we're breaking down 11 TSA mistakes that get you stopped at airport security. And one of them, a tiny habit even frequent flyers miss, quietly causes more bag checks than almost anything else. 1. The biggest TSA myth. Most travelers think the TSA exists to hunt down dangerous people. That belief alone is the first mistake. The real job of airport security isn't to profile criminals. It's to enforce rules and reduce risk as efficiently as possible. And that changes everything about how you should approach the checkpoint. When you step into security, you're not being judged as a person. You're being scanned as a set of patterns. How your bag looks on an X-ray, how consistent your travel history appears, how closely your items follow expected rules. If something doesn't match what the system expects, it triggers a stop. Not because it's dangerous, but because it's unclear. That's why airport security often feels unfair or random. Two people can carry similar bags and only one gets pulled aside. One traveler walks through smoothly, while another gets a full inspection. It's not personal. It's a rules-based system reacting to small deviations. Once you understand that, everything changes. Travelers who know the rules don't argue or rush. They move faster, get fewer checks, and avoid losing items. They're not lucky. They're prepared. And the most misunderstood rule starts before you even pack your bag. 2. The liquids rule isn't about safety. The liquids rule feels like one of the strictest parts of airport security, but here's the truth. It was never really about modern safety. The 311 rule was created years ago when scanners couldn't reliably see through liquids. Back then, limiting bottle size was the easiest way to reduce uncertainty. Technology moved forward. The rules stayed behind. Today, many airports are slowly rolling out advanced CT scanners that can analyze bags in 3 dimensions. In some locations, travelers are already allowed to keep liquids and electronics inside their bags. But the key word is some. Until every airport upgrades, you're still playing by 2 different rulebooks, and that's where people get stopped. Here's the part most travelers don't realize. TSA doesn't judge products by brand or purpose. It cares about physical state. Liquids, gels, creams, restricted. Solids, treated completely differently. That's why solid deodorant, solid shampoo, and solid perfume often pass without issue. Even water follows this logic. If it's frozen solid when screened, it's generally allowed. If it's slushy or melting, it's not. But surprisingly, liquids aren't what cost travelers the most time. 3. Food that gets you stopped. Food confuses travelers more than almost anything else at airport security. Most people assume all food is a problem, but in reality, solid foods are usually fine. Sandwiches, chips, protein bars, even slices of pizza typically pass through without issue. That's why you'll see some passengers walk straight through with a full meal in hand. The trouble starts with foods that can be spread, poured, or scooped. Sauces, dips, soups, and creamy items fall into the same category as liquids and gels. Peanut butter, hummus, yogurt, and similar foods often trigger bag checks because they can't be clearly identified on a scan. To the system, they're dense, unclear, and worth a closer look. This catches people off guard, especially travelers trying to save money. Bringing your own food can easily save $20 or more compared to airport prices, but only if you choose the right items. Solid meals move fast. Saucy add-ons slow everything down. The most common mistake? Packing a perfectly fine solid meal, then adding one oversized container of sauce that triggers a full inspection. And sometimes, it's not what you pack, it's what you wear. 4. Clothes that trigger alarms. What you wear through airport security matters more than most people realize. Scanners don't see fashion, they see density. Metal, thick materials, and layered fabrics create irregular signals that often trigger alarms, even when there's nothing wrong. Belts with large buckles are a common culprit, especially ones with hidden metal plates. Heavy boots, reinforced shoes, and footwear with metal shanks can set off detectors again and again. Thick jackets with zippers, snaps, or decorative hardware add even more noise to the scan. The result is predictable: extra screening, shoe removal, or a manual check that eats up time. Frequent travelers learn this quickly and adjust. They don't dress for style at the checkpoint, they dress for speed. Lightweight shoes that slip on and off, pants without visible metal, jackets that can be removed in seconds. Some experienced flyers even skip belts entirely and put them on after clearing security. The goal isn't comfort or looks in that moment, it's smooth passage. Every extra piece of metal increases your chances of getting flagged. Even dressed right, your bag can still get pulled. 5. Why bags get opened. When a bag gets opened at airport security, it's rarely because of a single bad item. Most of the time, it's about how the bag looks on the X-ray. Scanners don't see objects the way you do. They read layers, shapes, and density. When everything is piled together, the image becomes messy and hard to interpret. Clutter creates suspicion. A tight mass of clothes, cables, toiletries, and accessories blends into one dense shape. Even harmless items can overlap in a way that hides their outlines. When the system can't clearly identify what it's seeing, an agent has no choice but to take a closer look. That's why rolling clothes usually works better than stacking them flat. Rolling creates defined gaps and cleaner layers, making individual items easier to recognize. Packing cubes help for the same reason. They separate categories instead of mixing everything together. Visibility matters more than people think. Powders, electronics, and toiletry items should appear clearly, not buried in the middle of a dense bundle. The clearer the image, the faster the decision. But even a perfect bag won't save you if you misunderstand this rule. 6. Electronics. What really has to come out. Most travelers still believe every electronic device has to come out of their bag. That's honestly one of the most common misunderstandings at airport security. In reality, the rule mainly applies to large electronics, laptops, and full-size tablets. These devices contain dense batteries and complex circuitry that can block the scanner's view of other items underneath them. Smaller electronics are usually not the issue. Phones, e-readers, cameras, portable game systems, chargers, and cables can often stay in your bag without causing problems. Pulling everything out actually slows you down and increases the chance of mistakes or forgotten items. Laptops and tablets are treated differently because on older scanners, they create a solid block on the image. When agents can't see through that block, the bag gets stopped. That's starting to change. New CT scanners, already active in many major airports, analyze bags in 3 dimensions. In those lanes, travelers are sometimes allowed to leave laptops and liquids inside their bags. This shift is expanding, but it's not universal yet. In the near future, dismantling your bag may disappear entirely. And then there's the test that freaks everyone out. 7. The swab test explained. That small white swab catches a lot of travelers off guard. An agent wipes your hands, your laptop, or the inside of your bag, and suddenly it feels serious. But the swab test isn't a punishment. It's a trace detection check, designed to find microscopic particles that scanners can't see. This test looks for chemical traces associated with explosive materials. What surprises most people is how easily everyday products can trigger it. Certain cleaning sprays, fertilizers, gardening products, and even residue from fireworks or industrial materials can leave traces behind. You don't need to carry anything dangerous to get flagged. You just need contact with the wrong substance earlier that day or week. When the machine detects something unusual, the response is usually simple. Agents ask a few questions, inspect the item more closely, and clear you once they confirm there's no real threat. In most cases, the entire process takes less than a minute. The key thing to remember is this: a swab test doesn't mean you're in trouble. It means the system noticed a trace and needs clarity, but some travelers get flagged before security even starts. 8. The SSSS code. If you ever notice SSSS printed on your boarding pass, it can feel alarming. In reality, it simply stands for Secondary Security Screening Selection. It doesn't mean you're suspected of anything serious. It means the system has selected you for extra screening before boarding. This selection is usually automated. It can be triggered by last-minute bookings, one-way tickets, frequent changes to a reservation, or unusual travel patterns. Sometimes it's completely random. Other times, it's the result of an algorithm flagging inconsistency, not wrongdoing. Frequent travelers reduce their chances by keeping things predictable. Booking round-trip flights, paying with a card instead of cash, and maintaining a consistent travel profile all help. Over time, stability works in your favor. Programs like TSA PreCheck and other trusted traveler options also lower the odds of extra screening. These programs don't guarantee you'll never be selected, but they significantly reduce how often it happens. The takeaway is simple. Consistency makes you blend in. Even with all that right, one packing habit makes agents happy instantly. 9. The sandwich packing method. There's a packing style that security agents consistently prefer, and honestly, most travelers never realize they're doing the opposite. It's often called the sandwich method, and it's all about clean layers. The idea is simple. Soft items like rolled clothes go on the bottom. Toiletries and small accessories stay in the middle. Electronics and items that may need to come out sit on top. This creates clear, separated layers instead of, well, just one dense mass. On an X-ray, that structure is much easier to read. Agents don't want to open bags. Every inspection slows the line. When a bag appears organized and transparent on the scan, there's less doubt and fewer reasons to stop it. Clear shapes, visible boundaries, and predictable placement make decisions faster. Visual clarity is everything. When the system can instantly identify what it's seeing, it moves on. When it can't, your bag gets pulled. Packing cubes make this even more effective, especially lighter or semi-transparent ones. They separate categories while still showing outlines clearly. But none of this helps if your bag gets opened after check-in. 10. Locks, trackers, and reality. Once your bag is checked, control feels limited, but, a few smart choices still make a big difference. TSA-approved locks are one of them. These locks are marked with a small red symbol that tells agents they can open and relock your bag using a master key. If inspection is needed, your bag gets checked without damage. Non-approved locks don't get that courtesy. If agents need to look inside, they won't hesitate to cut the lock. It's not personal, it's policy. That's why many travelers arrive to find their suitcase intact, but the lock missing. Trackers add another layer of protection. Devices like AirTags let you see where your bag is in real time if it's delayed or misplaced. Airlines aren't always enthusiastic about them, mostly due to logistics and battery concerns, but they remain legal and widely used. Placement matters. A tracker should be hidden inside an interior pocket, not loose where it can be removed or damaged. Subtle, secure, and out of sight works best. Now let's talk about the most expensive airport mistake. 11. Duty-free and gift traps. Duty-free shopping gives travelers a false sense of security. Buying an item after the checkpoint feels final, but that protection doesn't last forever. Duty-free liquids are only allowed if they stay inside the sealed, tamper-evident bag provided at purchase. The moment that bag is opened, the protection disappears. This becomes a problem during layovers, especially international ones. If you have to pass through security again and the seal is broken, that expensive bottle or perfume can be taken, even though you bought it legally. Many travelers learn this lesson the hard way. Gifts create a different kind of issue. Wrapped packages look great, but they're a nightmare for X-ray screening. If agents can't clearly identify what's inside, they're allowed to open it. That means paper torn, ribbons cut, and surprises ruined. The workaround is simple. Don't wrap gifts before you travel. Pack the wrapping materials separately and do it at your destination. Your gift stays intact and you avoid unnecessary inspections. And here's the truth, most people never realize. The biggest shift happens when you stop taking airport security personally. TSA isn't trying to ruin your trip. It's a procedural system, built to move millions of people safely by enforcing rules and spotting irregularities. When you understand those rules, you stop feeling powerless. Knowing what triggers delays gives you control. Small habits, how you pack, what you wear, how you organize your bag, quietly save you time, money, and stress. You move faster, avoid inspections, and keep your belongings exactly where they belong. Once you see airport security as a system instead of an obstacle, travel becomes smoother and far less frustrating. If this video helped make your next trip easier, tap like and subscribe for more travel strategies like this. And hey, let me know in the comments where you're flying next. I might feature it in an upcoming video. In the next one, I'll show you how to pack a carry-on like a pro and avoid extra fees. Don't miss it.